welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. Welcome back to Viktorsen Station. It feels like I have bought y'all this map for 3 days straight. That's what it feels like. If my memory serves me correctly, I'm pretty sure I bought you all this map like 3 times in a row. Not 3 times in a row, but 3 days in a row. So, if you're tired of this map, now I know what to tell you. Now I know what to tell you, because at this time, during this gameplay, not the recording, but during the gameplay, this map was bringing me some quite spicy encounters. Spicy indeed. Also, I believe LMGs, the MP5K, and any rifle that does not have a scope on it will fit this map perfectly. Shotguns as well. Now when I say rifle, I don't mean assault rifle, I don't mean bugle, but if you want to take out a weapon that works for you, my recommendations on this map are the following, like I just said. Rifle without a scope on it, SKS VZ52, you know what I'm saying? A submachine gun, like maybe a PPSH, maybe an MP5, definitely an MP5, or any kind of LMG, any kind of. That's what I recommend for this map. So, we spawn back here, and we know how the penny drops. Somebody usually spawns up there, up that road, and you can catch them coming down said road to use a comm station. And you hear the comm station right there. But nobody's coming. Now, I may play a bit passively, but passive also means you don't give away your location at all. Now, to put it to you in an overkill sense, you don't give away any kind of location at all. That's what that means. So I skip the conversation myself. You know what I'm saying? Because what if the guy is waiting for me, and he's waiting for me to use a comm station? But that chapter, the beginning of this encounter, believe it or not, is already over. We're about to go into the second chapter of this encounter. Not really a phase, but nothing but a chapter. Because you see, I've played this game long enough to know when some shit is about to go down. And I'm already running toward the right area. But if you're asking yourself, what do you mean? This. So my aim was a bit off right there. It was. I thought I could try to take that guy out, but in hindsight, and I literally said this as I was playing the game too, in hindsight, I should have let him keep walking and try to take him out further down in the encounter. But now, you see me do this. It's broad daylight, and the ground is white. I should be able to catch old boy walking. Visually. Visually come first, bullet comes second. That's what I'm waiting for. Also, if he decides to stop behind a tree or some shit like that, I now have an SVU. Let's go. So, put the M249 on my back. And by the way, this thing is pretty fucking OP. Go prone right here. And I think I saw him. That's why I went prone right there. Could be wrong. No, I don't. Alright, so pro tip, guys. Pro tip. When you walk into a jammed area and the tower is nowhere near said area, you need to be on your toes. Because, think about it. If you place down a jammer, wouldn't you want to remain inside a jammed area to benefit from said jammer? Yeah. That's why I went on one knee and started crouch walking. And good thing I did, because this person had a whole SVU on their back. Didn't even know it until I killed him. And to soccer mom, I'm sorry, but you just kind of appeared at the worst possible moment. The worst possible moment, like the exact worst. Like you could not pick a worse moment to pop up at. Anyways. Now I'm like low-key circling back around, but then I hear those gunshots behind me. And so I'm thinking, well, why try to engage somebody that already knows that you're there, or at least present on the map? Why wouldn't it be the best decision to go engage somebody who is fresh and doesn't know that you're there? A fresh contact, if you will. Now here's one thing I will say that's just purely how I play the game. The louder I become, the slower I become, the less likely I am to move quickly. So if you see me start to crouch walk a lot in this episode, it's because I'm very dependent on audio. And of course, the more loot you get, the heavier you become, the louder your footsteps. That's why I'm not going up to this time safe. Because, yes, you can hear somebody still crouch walking even if they don't have any inventory on them at all. But all it takes is for somebody to have their TV speakers all the way up, and they hear your loud ass coming, and there goes your element of surprise. I got an M249 and an SVU on my back. Two powerful weapons, don't get me wrong. But I play off a surprise, not off of just raw visual contact. So what I'm waiting for right here is for him to make a move off the time safe area. He's gonna go right, down, or left. I wouldn't expect him to go up. I wouldn't expect that. But, you know, patience is indeed a virtue. And yes, I still got the dude who I missed earlier in the back of my head. So that's why I go into this little shed. And I'm waiting to see what this guy's going to do. But nothing happens. So I decide to keep moving. But at the same time, too, it doesn't hurt to make sure I have my M249 as the thing I'll pull out first. And I get a little bit closer here and try to hear anything. And I don't hear anything. Alright, cool. So now we keep moving. Now, if you're confused by my TV speaker statement, let me put it to you like this. When you have in headphones, like how I do, you can hear pretty much anything and everything, no matter how light the person is or how heavy the person is. Matter of fact, the heavier the person, the more like jump scary it is, because you're like, oh shit, somebody's right here. if all of a sudden hear one very loud, heavy footstep. You know what I'm saying? But to TV speakers that have less direct audio into your ears, you won't hear somebody who's walking with no inventory on them. You won't hear them because it's not direct. You know what I'm saying? So, case in point, buy some fucking headphones, people. Please. So, now we approach the final chapter of the encounter, if you will. Airdrop has fallen. We heard somebody, and we got shot at by somebody. So, assuming those two people are still in the lobby, which I would assume so, because why wouldn't they be? There just might be a chance for somebody to do something stupid and wait until the very final second, the last second meta, before doing anything really important. Now, as you've seen on the previous 2 videos on this map, somebody's always near the airdrop. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, third time lucky, what if somebody's still near here? What if they are? But like I said, the heavier I am, the slower I move, the less likely I am to hear somebody because I'm listening to the sound of my own footsteps rather than somebody else's. So I picked a high point up here to perch like an owl, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting, but I'm also keeping mobile. The easiest shot to hit is against a target that's not moving. But yet, as I circumnavigate this area, I don't hear anything, don't see anything. And I believe, since it's pure sunlight against snow, I believe that it's harder to hear something than see something. You can't hide against white. You can't hide against white in daylight. You can't hide against that. But you can hide in a tree and use it as somewhat camouflage and don't make a sound. So here's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking someone is still here, and they're going to make their move for an airdrop at the last second. So I'm going to perch up here on this rock overlooking the campsite, knowing that they're going to run away from this exit and go toward the next one, which is the road exit to my left. But then that happens. That meaning someone actually has an airdrop. So where are they going to go? Up. There's nobody here. There's nobody here. Because, as a random outlander would think, once somebody else is drawing attention to themselves, they're going to get shot at. Which leaves you, the random outlander, open to do whatever the hell you want to. And PTSD kicks in. I thought that was a person right there. But my point is this. If Pinocchio sees an earlier Pinocchio, the first Pinocchio will be like, oh shit, I can run. No, you can't. No, you can't. The maps are as big as they are in this game for a reason. And so I leave this encounter. I leave it with an SVU on my back that I didn't bring in from before. And yes, I could have snatched up that airdrop, but imagine how many times you thought it was safe to go for an airdrop, and then you get camped by somebody with a Thompson. My point exactly. So it wasn't the greatest of XP, but what I came out with, I'll take that. And I didn't do a lot of looting purely because Viktorsen Station does not have a lot of loot on it at this low level, in my opinion. I know yours may vary. But hey, a survival is a survival. I hope you all have enjoyed this episode, and I'll be sure to catch y'all in the next one. Until next time, peace.